Yeon-seok confesses he'd love to marry Chae Soo-Bin. A subtle brilliant confession, breaking news, or at least the kind of cheeky gossip that makes fans sprint to the comment section. Arrives wrapped in soil, a shovel, and an unexpectedly tender aside. If you click play on the latest clip from the YouTube channel Band Star Spotlight, you'll be greeted by a deceptively gentle moment on the variety show Plant and Gone that has viewers whispering, laughing, and replaying the same 3-second exchange on loop. The headline says it plainly. Yeon-seok confessed he'd love to marry Chae Soo-Bin, but the real story is how he said it. Cleverly, elegantly, and with a wink you almost miss if you blink. Let me set the scene before spoilers. Plant and Gone tasks its guests with simple homely activities. Planting, potting, maybe a bit of town cleaning, the sort of low-stakes setup that paradoxically encourages the most candid of confessions. In a moment that looks like ordinary banter between two friends, Yeon-seok drops a line that reads like a private joke and lands like a headline, rather than a dramatic proclamation, accompanied by violin swells and confetti. This was the kind of admission that felt like an inside secret shared over a cup of instant coffee. Sly, composed, and impossible to ignore. The clip frozen in the screenshot looks exactly like the kind of small, ordinary moment that becomes enormous once a camera is pointed at it. Under the soft street lights, two people kneel among sacks of soil and potted plants while the off-screen question, "Have you dated before?" hangs in bold yellow text. Yeon-seok's confessed line lands like a whisper disguised as a punchline, and the image captures the delightful tension between candidness and performative restraint. You can almost hear the muffled chuckle that follows, the tiny pause that gives the confession its charm, and the viewer's instinct to replay the moment to catch the micro expression that might reveal whether this was just longing or a perfectly executed tease. What makes the still so entertaining is how context and framing do half the work. The show's humble setting, the on-screen captions like, "I'm going to plant it," and the hurried little wolf icon quip, "I'm in a bit of a hurry," turn a casual chat into a scene ripe for shipping. It's the relaxed intimacy of Plant and Gone that allows a line about marriage to feel less like a headline and more like an inside joke between friends who clearly enjoy each other's company. Whether you take the confession at face value or savor it as playful banter, the image leaves you grinning and curious. Exactly the reaction B Spotlight knows will send fans straight to the replay button. What makes the confession so delicious beyond the content itself is the delivery. Doesn't storm the stage professing undying devotion. He folds the idea into a larger playful conversation almost as if he's testing the acoustics rather than the emotional temperature. That's the hallmark of a subtle confession. It's the difference between shouting into a megaphone and slipping a note under someone's door. The latter is intimate, the former becomes internet fodder. You chose the note under the door route and viewers loved him for it. Spotlight captures the moment with excellent framing. A quick cut to reaction shots, a freeze frame when the line lands, and a brief on-screen caption that nudges the viewer to rewatch the exchange. The channel's commentary balances reverence and light-hearted analysis. They don't treat the stunt as a scandal, but as a delightful cultural moment worth savoring. If you're the kind of fan who enjoys reading micro-expressions and counting the half-second pauses between laughs, this video will be a tiny feast. Of course, context matters. In the world of Korean entertainment, fans and celebrities dance around dating talk like acrobats, affectionate, careful, and very aware of cameras. A "marry you" line in a private setting would mean something different than the same line tossed out during a live broadcast. This is why the Plant and Gone confession feels so artful. It occupies the gray area between tease and truth. Is it an earnest future wish, a playful hyperbole, or a way to acknowledge chemistry without the baggage of a formal announcement? The ambiguity is the fun part. Let's talk reactions, because the aftermath is half the joy. Social media is a living organism on these occasions. Fans split into camps instantaneously. There are the romantics who took use words as evidence of long simmering feelings, the skeptics who insist it's playful banter, and the meme artists who turn the subtlest eyebrow raise into a cultural artifact, neatly collects representative responses, from whispered fan theories to animated edits and places them side by side with a clip which lets viewers feel the cultural ripple in real time. If you're wondering about Chae Soo-Bin's response, it's the human equivalent of a smile that says, "Was that meant for me? Or for the room?" A little surprised, maybe amused, definitely warm. The chemistry on screen is real whether or not it translates to a headline. 2. Actors who can joke about marriage and still tend to plants together demonstrate a level of comfort that audiences crave, and it's precisely that comfort that propels any ship from rumor into hopeful speculation. There's also the production angle worth noting. Plant and Gone is built to lower the volume on performance and raise the volume on personality. The show's relaxed structure gives celebrities a chance to reveal quirks and off-script reactions. For Yeon-seok, that setting becomes an ideal stage for a confession that's as much a personality reveal as it is a romantic hint. Instead of orchestrated intimacy, this feels like a candid reveal, the kind that makes fans feel a little closer to their favorite stars. What does all this mean for the fan community and the stars themselves? Practically speaking, it means conversations will bubble for days. Reaction videos, compilations, and think pieces will interpret this moment in carefully different hues. For the actors, these playful confessions can humanize them and deepen fan investment. And in an industry that hinges on likability, that's not a small thing. It may be nothing more than a charming aside, but charm has a way of turning into something bigger in public imagination. So if you want to watch the moment that set the fan forums alight, head to Banggood Asian Stars Spotlight. The channel's upload gives you the full context, the planting segment that frames the exchange itself, and the thoughtful funny commentary that follows. Whether you see genuine longing or good-natured jest, it's a moment that rewards repeat viewings. The confession is clever because it gives everyone what they want: the thrill of possibility, the comfort of a smile, and a memory that will be clipped and shared for weeks. Final verdict: Yeon-seok's confession might be the most charming thing you'll see all week. Not grand, not desperate, just beautifully, disarmingly subtle. And that perhaps is the best kind of confession. One that makes you lean forward, laugh, and then spend an uncomfortable amount of time imagining what might happen next. Catch it on B and judge for yourself. Or if you're like most fans, prepare to rewatch it until the plants grow.